we're supposed to love them. More than 1 in 3 women have experienced rape, physical violence, and/or stalking by their intimate partners during their lifetime. Half of all homeless women and children become homeless while trying to escape an abusive relationship. I think this is a really powerful statistic. And then finally, in 2007, 45% of female homicide victims were murdered by intimate partners. So I hope that this gives you a little bit of an understanding of how big the problem of domestic violence is if you maybe walked in this room thinking that it's not actually an issue. So Rose Brooks, we provide comprehensive services. Our approach to addressing the problem of domestic violence is to really try to encounter women and children who are in abusive situations in every possible venue that we can. So through our Bridge program, we have advocates who work in all of the area hospitals who can intervene and help women who are showing up for a hospital visit. We have advocates in the court systems, in the municipal court, order protection court. We have advocates based with the police department so that we can intervene with women there. We, of course, have emergency shelter where we have 24-hour support for women and children who are seeking emergency shelter. We have Project Safe, which actually reaches out to kids who are either experiencing violence in their homes or violence in their own relationships. And last year we actually served 4,000 kids in 40 schools in the Kansas City area, and that's providing direct counseling support and teaching anger management skills and healthy relationship skills. Nothing. So basically, the picture of Rose Brooks that I want you to think about is really reaching out to meet survivors and victims wherever we can find them to provide them support. In 2012, Rose Brooks provided 57,696 safe nights to 625 women and children. This does make us one of the largest providers of safe housing in the nation. 49% of our shelter residents were children, totaling 17,000 safe nights for kids. That's a pretty standard number. About half of our residents at any given time in emergency shelter are, unfortunately, kids. The SARS machine. It was donated used about 10 years ago. Oh, heavens to Betsy. The condenser is really getting towards the end of its life. And we do require constant repairs to maintain basic function. I know it's not super exciting or sexy to talk about an ice machine at the end of the night. But it actually performs some really essential services for us to be able to meet the needs of women and children who are in emergency shelter. So we serve over 300 meals every single day at Rose Brooks. And this means providing cold milk to all of the kids who stay with us, cold beverages to every resident, keeping the salad bar chilled, cooling down hot food for storage, and bringing food to correct temperature for serving. So it's not really exciting, but I do want you to think about the importance that nutrition plays in terms of healing when people come into an emergency shelter. A lot of women have been abused, and often, a lot of women who are abused have often had food withheld from them. Resulting from their abuse, their inability to maybe take care of their kids because of their injuries or their trauma. And then also, most of the women and kids who are in our shelter are suffering from extreme poverty. About 97% of our residents make less than $3,000 a year. So food and the provision of food, healthy, safe meals is a really important element to the services we provide. So we're asking for about $3,500. So we can get a new ice machine. This will give us 260-pound storage capacity that has a water filtration system, and it includes maintenance. Next year, we estimate that we'll serve just under 40,000 meals to women and children in emergency shelter. So that's it, and I hope that you will consider us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Christy.